Please pause the video and read the disclaimer. Peugeot 318T9 heater blower motor location and removal. Please keep in mind Australia is left-hand drive with the steering wheel on the right. This process is not applicable to right-hand drive countries with the steering wheel on the left. If it doesn't look the same, it probably isn't the same. When you're doing this job, disconnect the battery and also make sure the steering wheel is straight. In the process, we'll be removing the glove box. Please watch the video in full, as this is not a simple, straightforward heater blower motor removal task. If it doesn't look the same, it probably isn't the same. We will start by removing the inner courtesy light. From specifically this side, you'll need to go in and then unclip out of position the courtesy light and then unplug. And then there are two torque screws to the top front of the glove box. I believe these were T20. Next, you will remove the inner cover on the inside of the glove box, and underneath there will be one T20 torque screw. Next, to the side, we'll remove this trim over here, and then there'll be a dead plug that you'll need to unplug. And then underneath, we'll remove this cover, which is held on by two clips. And with a clip remover, you can go ahead and remove both of these covers. Once you do remove these clips, there's a torque screw underneath, and then you can pull the glove box out of position. This is how you remove the glove box from Peugeot 318T9. After you remove the glove box, you will have access to this side of the blower motor. You'll need to unplug it from this side, and then you'll need to press onto this tab over there and then turn it to the left. And all you're doing here is detaching the blower motor from this side. And before you go ahead and remove the blower motor from the other side, I would test the blower motor from this side, just so you save yourself the hassle and make sure the blower motor is actually not working. Now, to show you in a better way, on our side, you press onto this tab and then it will come out. We'll need to remove the steering column, and we'll need to remove these covers, and then this is because there's no other way. I tried to cut corners and I made mistakes and broke some pieces, but this is the idea. So first we'll remove this cover over here, which is just held on by clips. You can see this piece here, this plastic piece, there's this white cloth on top which just you remove, and then there's three torque screws that hold that piece in place. But before we do that, we're going to remove this steering column bottom cover, which is held on by two T20 torque screws. We're going to remove this cover, and then if you watch the video in full, you'll realize why you need to remove all of these. Otherwise, there's no way that I've found of removing this heater blower motor. Now, these are the torque screws. I removed them without removing the steering column, which was a mistake, because you should remove them after you remove the steering column and the bracket. But this is the idea, right? You remove this plastic piece and then you unplug it, and then it comes off, and then you can slide the blower motor out of position like this. And to be able to do that, you need to remove the steering column and then the bracket underneath. I just showed you how to remove the torque screws. First, unplug all of these plugs. This is why we need to disconnect the battery, as you're going to unplug all of these. You don't want to have any lights coming on afterwards. Once we remove these plugs, so unplug all of these and then remove all of these clips. This is so because once we remove the steering column, it'll drop down and you do not want any of these clips and plugs to break. So you'll need to unclip it from here as well and towards the back. There's 4 30mm nuts to hold the steering column in place. But before we do that, we're going to detach the steering column from the steering rack. Over here, there's a 13mm nut that you'll need to remove. And then once you remove this, there's a pin to the back like this. Press onto that. I know it looks different, but that's how you remove it. And then pull it out of place. Now we can remove bolts to hold the steering column in place, and then we will completely remove the steering column out of position. I know it's a bit blurry here, but So I do apologize. So now that we have removed the steering column, we have more space to work with, and we're going to remove this bracket, that one there, okay? Before you remove that, the bolts and nuts, detach that plug. There's 30mm nuts on this side, and then I think to the bottom is a 13mm, and to the top there's two 10mm. Now this is when you should be removing those 3 Torx screws, which I tried to remove before I did all of this, which was a mistake, trying to cut corners. But you remove the 3 Torx screws, and then you unplug this flap actuator, and then you can slide out this plastic piece from where the steering column would go to. And obviously it's broken because I broke it. I made a mistake, so you don't do the same mistake that I've done. You can pull it out, and then once you pull this piece out, all you need to do is reach in and then grab the blower motor from when I showed you earlier in the video, and it'll come out. So you might get stuck along the way. Don't force it, just wriggle it from left, right, up and down, and it would come out of position. This is why you need to first detach it from the other side, the glove box side. Otherwise you can't pull it out of here. Again, there's no other method that I've found to remove this blower motor. So if there is a method, please let me know in the comments below. So you pretty much need to remove the steering column, and then remove this bracket. Otherwise it just doesn't work from what I've seen. And then when you're putting it back, you first put your blower motor, put it into position, lock it in from the glove box side, then you put this piece, and then you put the bracket back on, and then put the steering column back on. So it's not a very simple task. If you do want to test the blower motor, keep watching the video.
Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if you do want to support the channel more, you can always send a super thanks by clicking onto the button underneath the video. Any amount, even the bare minimum, is much appreciated.
Please have a read of the disclaimer, pause the video, and when you're ready, continue onwards. Today we're going to be testing heater blower motors, in particular motors that have 2 pins only, and you will see why. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly subscribe to support the channel. Our first method, you can see these blower motors have 2 pins. We'll be running a continuity test, and what this does is sends a current through the unit to see if there's any obstruction or breakage in the circuit. Once you do this method, if it makes noise, that means that it does go through. So on your multimeter, set it to continuity. It'll look like this volume icon, and then touch the connectors to the heater blower motor pins, and then you should hear the following noise. You can also do resistance. So if it makes noise like that, its current is going through. The second method, actually bench testing, which I don't recommend doing at home, is giving electricity to the unit. Please be careful. Don't let the positive and negative cable touch each other under any circumstance. So as you can see, it's spinning. That means it works given electricity. And then finally, you'd want the wheel especially to not be wobbly. So over here, it should be very sturdy and not wobble at all, or otherwise it would make noise hitting around on the inside of the cabin. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to support the channel, and we will see you in our upcoming videos.